we're back with De'Aaron. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll start with Sean Cunningham.
De'Aaron, I imagine looking back at last night couldn't be very fun for you guys, but obviously necessary. What do you see right now? I mean, Harrison was here a minute ago and said you guys are just playing soft, and I guess how just during this time, how do you kind of overcome that?
Just gotta play. That's all it is. It's not a scheme that can change that. You gotta come in and be ready to be physical and play basketball. That's all there is. Schemes, there's nothing to scheme about that.
Jason Jones.
Hey, De'Aaron, just as the point guard and a leader on this team, how much do you take performances like last night on yourself and say, that's on me, I've got to do something personally to get us turned around?
I'll just come out. I mean, lead the charge with that. Not getting pushed off. It's not like we shot bad or anything like that. We just got to buckle down and be physical. That's NBA basketball. Be physical, play defense without fouling. If a team's trying to push you off your spot, get to where you want to be. That's all there is. Like I said, it's nothing that's strictly basketball wise that can be changed with that. It's physicality. It's the mindset of how you approach the game.
James Ham.
Hey, De'Aaron, it seems like you guys are playing well, and then all of a sudden you have moments where things start to slip. And how do you avoid that, like the "here we go again" mentality, the like watching it unfold and not being able to stop it sort of thing that's happened to you guys the last couple of games?
Knowing where you want stuff to come from. Obviously, a lot of times you want to stop a run with your defense, but if the team's scoring and they get hot, then offensively you have to know where you want shots to come from. You have to know, when you can attack the basket, get to the free throw line. But for us, it's been strictly defense. I think that's where, we've struggled this year, and that's where we need to get better. But it's not a scheme thing. It's nothing that a coach can do to stop people from getting 130. It's the guys on the court. It's being able to guard your man, trying to stay out of rotations as much as possible. But it's nothing that, a coaching staff can change. It's the guys that are on the court.
Matt George.
Hey, De'Aaron, it seems like teams come into matchups against the Kings and shoot with a lot of confidence right from the jump. Do you personally notice an extra level of swagger or confidence when teams come in against you guys believing that they're going to have a good shooting night?
One, I think they know that we can score the ball. So, you have to be able to score to beat us. But at the same time, we as a team have to be able to make it tough for them. At this point, in these first 10 or so games, it's just been easy. So, to your point, yeah, I think that happens, but it's double-edged sword. We know we can score the ball. They know we can score the ball. They know they're going to have to score the ball to win. But for us, we can't let guys come out there and just have it their way.
Sean Cunningham.
I was just kind of following up on what you said about there's no scheme. And obviously last night, Luke goes deep into his bench to try to, in a way, hold you guys accountable. But is there a way as teammates, as players, that you hold each other accountable? What does that kind of look like?
Just telling people to stay in front of their man. It's at the end of the day, obviously there are good, great defenders. There are some bad defenders. But as a team concept, to help your team, you have to be able to guard individually as well. So if someone's getting blown by, you gotta tell them buckle down, and you can't just get blown by because that's gonna hurt us as a team. If you get blown by and they get a layup, then you look for the help. And then if you're getting blown by, now the help is questioning why they need to be in help so early or it's being too easy. So it's just you have to be connected. We have to be connected, but it always starts on the ball.
Jason Anderson.
Hey, De'Aaron, you guys have had this balance the last couple of years of like young cornerstone building block type players and then some vets. At what point do you guys, as the young leaders on this team, have to really step up and emerge and deliver on kind of a winning style of basketball and take charge of this team? Or do you feel like you guys have done that already and the results just aren't there?
No, I think we can do a much better job. especially with consistent play. Obviously, that's probably one of the hardest things in this league, to be consistent for, however many games you have in a season. But for us, it's just coming out every game with the same mentality. Like I said, you can come out 2-3 games and then the next 2-3, it's kind of disappeared. The way we come out is differently, and you shouldn't, every game you want to come out the exact same way and then let the chips fall where they may. But if there's one thing you don't want to vary every game, it's the effort. You want the effort to always be there. You want for us to win or lose games, you want the variable to be, if sometimes you're just not making shots, sometimes you're making more shots, sometimes the other team is just making shots. But you want to come out and always have that level of effort, always have that level of physicality every game.
A few more for De'Aaron. Christos Saltas from Greece.
Hello, Darren. I would like to ask you what aspects of your game you would like to change as a team, and also about you as one of the leaders of this team. You feel responsible to make a step up, to be more vocal, or to lead by example about your teammates.
With that, I mean, we don't want to change a lot. Like I said, the way that we play, we don't want to change. But how we're coming out and doing it is definitely what we need to change. Whether if it's running harder, cutting harder, getting down in the stance, having your hands up, those are the things that need to change, not the way that we're playing. And for me, I mean, like you said, it starts with it's always going to start on the ball. It's always going to start with whoever's in front. So as a point guard, I think I need to do better at that and find a higher level of consistency with it.
Last question for De'Aaron, James Ham.
Hey, De'Aaron, where's the morale with you guys? Where behind the scenes, are you guys okay? I mean, it's only 13 games into the season. Have you hit a panic button, or are you guys still frustrated but ready to stay the course here?
No, I mean, I don't think there's a reason to panic right now. But we know we have to change things around very soon. We've been in games. We've lost some close ones. We've lost some blowouts. We've won games against good teams. So we know we can do it. And so it just comes with that level of consistency. If you can, beat Denver twice in a week, that's the team that just went to the Western Conference Finals, and you can beat a lot of teams. You can beat a lot of teams in this league. But for us, we have to come out with that same mentality that we came out with, the first 2 weeks of the season.